knots for this game, man.
He really is.
Wilds really twisting himself in knots, man. This is tough to watch.
Don't take that, Wilds. Drawing a blank. We move on. NBA season right around the corner. Among the stories we're following, James Harden, the 32-year-old Nets superstar, ready to run it back with KD and Kyrie this season. But he does have a player option after this year. So where does he stand on a contract extension in Brooklyn? Well, Harden was asked about it yesterday. Take a listen.
You seem focused, and I know you mentioned to the general media that you need to just be in the right mindset to sign a contract extension. What is that right mindset?
I think the course of my career, I've never been a free agent before, so I've always just been, loyal and just signing, a contract extension and just being there. I just want to take my time with it. It's gonna be very, very difficult to leave here, or even to leave Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. But I think this season I just want to focus on winning a championship, and everything else will work itself out.
Winning a championship, everything tends to work itself out.
Facts.
It is. That's facts. Winning it all makes everything feel better. Broussard, James Harden's comments on his future with the Nets are blank.
Jenna, they are KD-esque. KD as in Kevin Durant-esque. Watching that interview, it did make me wonder, is this a Kevin Durant Golden State situation? Where Harden just is going to Brooklyn to get his rings and get the monkey off his back, get the critics off his back who say he's never gotten the jewelry, and then he'll go do whatever the heck he wants. Once the monkey's off his back, he can go somewhere and average 35 points again and put up all these individual accolades and break all these records and stuff. I mean, that's what that interview made me wonder. Now, it's possible Harden was saying, leaving KD and Kyrie would be hard, as in it's so hard I can't even imagine doing that. And he did tell the Yes Network, I don't see myself anywhere else, honestly. That's what he said. So ultimately, I feel like Harden's going to stay in Brooklyn, and I think this is about finances, all right? Because if he were to sign his contract extension, over the next 4 years, he would be paid about $208 million over 4 years. If he waits and signs after the season, it'll be 5 years, $270 million. So clearly there's a financial reason for him not to sign right now. And ultimately, barring some disaster this season, I do think he'll stay in Brooklyn because, Nick, where in the world is he going?
Well, I don't know. I mean, bigger disaster than last season, because last season they couldn't make the conference finals. But I understand the defending champion Brooklyn Nets. The defending champion Brooklyn Nets, who actually were not one of the Final Four teams standing. But I get it. So here's the thing. If it was just money, he'd have said that. We have heard guys say, listen, I'm staying, but financially it makes no sense for me to sign early, so I'm going to wait. He did not say that. Also, another point of order here. He did not pick the Brooklyn Nets. They were on his short list, but he was fine with and prepared to be traded to Philly, if you remember. When he said Houston, it wasn't trade me to Brooklyn or nowhere or I'm not going anywhere. It was KD and Kyrie that picked the Nets. KD set up his business empire in New York City. Kyrie's from Jersey. Harden's an LA guy. And so there is a universe that exists that things go totally haywire with Kyrie, that the Nets once again disappoint as they did last year, and Harden's like, nah, not really for me. And all of a sudden in that universe, the big three in Brooklyn is Kevin Durant, Joe Harris, Nick Claxton. Now, I'm not predicting that, but that's not out of the realm of possibility. So my answer, Wilds, is this is ominous. No, I'm not hoping. I don't hope for anything like that, man. I'd love to see a Lakers-Nets NBA Finals the way the rest of the world would. Unfortunately, the Nets aren't better than Milwaukee, so they're not going to be able to get there. But I think this is ominous, Wilds, because this is not getting resolved until after the season. And if you guys are talking about if he wins a ring, maybe he leaves. I think it's maybe more the other way. If he doesn't win a ring and he's not scoring 35, then it's like, wait, the game's not as fun and I'm not winning. So, what's happening here? So I think it's ominous, Wilds.
All right, so my answer was back-to-back question mark. Because I think if he does win a ring, he's more likely to leave Broussard. Because this would be a yeah-but ring. Giannis doesn't have a yeah-but ring. And the yeah-but ring is when you win, but it's like, yeah, but, you know, you had this guy, you had Steph on the team. So people without yeah-but ring, Steph doesn't have a yeah-but, Giannis, Kawhi, so like LeBron, of course. But this one would be like, yeah, but he had Durant. I think once he gets one, he's going to want to go somewhere else and establish his legacy. It's going to be just like KD, where you get one, but you're like, oh man, people aren't giving me enough credit that I thought that I was going to get. He's going to end up looking to go somewhere else. I thought it was fascinating, and if I had to put money on it, I bet he leaves.
That's how I feel about my two Emmys. The last thing this guy needs is more pressure, and yet more pressure is exactly what he got this week. Take a look at this Ravens superfan. This guy's getting a tattoo for every win the Ravens get this year. Every one. Good or bad, they're still tattoos. It's a tattoo. It's permanent ink, Nick. But look at that leg. The first win over KC, the second, the field goal. Yeah. Well, guess who heard about this little stunt? Lamar. And who do you think that pressure now falls on? Lamar. Not the guy with the leg, right? Not the tattoo artist. It falls on Lamar. Take a listen to this.
Tucker, 66
That's
yards.
nice. That's different. We just got to keep winning for him. He said start when we win the Super Bowl, we got to get that for him, man. I like that. I like that. That's different.
Lamar, the last thing you need, buddy, is more pressure. But you got a big neck, according to Nick, so clearly you can handle anything. So with that, I say, do it for the guy with the leg tattoos. Go win every game the rest of the way, buddy. I believe.
Can we start a GoFundMe
I'm holding a pair of glasses and wearing a pair of glasses.
What I mean,
tattoo
those are
artist
bad
was a stretch.
tattoos, man. Yeah,
really
what
bad.
What are we doing?
Really bad.
They were basic.
Hey, big game coming up. Everybody thinks it's Tom Brady and Gronk versus the old greatest coach in the history of all professional sports. It's not necessarily. It's also between Bill Belichick and Bruce Arians. A little war of words. Here's what Bill Belichick had to say yesterday about the Bucs offense. Bill Belichick said today that Tom Brady is running the same passing offense with the Bucs as the one he ran with the Patriots. 100%. You could call almost every play from the flare control to the protection, similar to the way we do it. AKA, I know everything you're going to do. Here's what Bruce Arians said when he was asked if Belichick's right about Brady running the Patriots offense at Tampa Bay. I think they copied a lot of ours. Oh, okay, Bruce. So it's probably the same. Ask them which film they watch every week. They always picked ours up and watch it, so it's the same stuff. Okay, yeah, sure, Bruce. Yeah, 100%. You know what Bill Belichick did when Jameis Winston was throwing 30 interceptions? Hey, fellas, gather around. Let's throw the tape on. And Bruce Arians, no risk it, no biscuit offense. I'm sure that's great. So not only is it not true, in my book, maybe it's true. Here's the thing that Bill Belichick, he's such a genius. He is throwing down the gauntlet to Bruce Arians. Like, Bruce Arians, you can't win without Tom Brady either. Why don't you show me something in this game? Why don't you call out something special? Great mind games from Bill Belichick, the genius. Watch Bruce Arians try to do something silly.